Today's question is, what made you want to become a family law attorney? Thank you for asking this question. It comes at a time when I've been thinking about this very subject. I am the first lawyer in my family. I am also, at this point, the only lawyer in my family. I've been practicing law for 25 years, and while I did not exclusively practice family law at the beginning of my career, I practiced family law throughout my career, and I started focusing purely on family law 13 years ago. I chose to practice family law because I got tired of this scenario. Potential client: somebody did me wrong to the tune of $20,000, and I'd like to know how much it will cost for me to sue him to get a judgment against him for my $20,000. Me: it will cost you about $20,000 to sue him to get a judgment for $20,000. Potential client: so I have to pay $20,000 to get $20,000? That still means I'm out $20,000. Me: no, it's worse than that. It will cost you $20,000 to sue him to get a judgment for $20,000 if you get a judgment for $20,000 against him at all. And even if you do get that judgment for $20,000, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed to collect that $20,000 judgment. You will likely have to spend more time and effort after obtaining the judgment against him to collect the $20,000, and that's if he actually has $20,000 that you can collect. Potential client: well, it seems to me that it doesn't take a genius to realize that odds are I'd be better off just cutting my losses and not suing. Me: agreed. Suing people to recover damages is for most people a losing proposition in my experience. It was good advice, but as you may have guessed, I didn't make any money dispensing such advice. Personal injury is too much of a money grab in my experience. Of course, there are those who are wrongfully injured who deserve compensation for their losses. But that has about as much to do with personal injury practice as that trip to Vegas has to do with being a necessary business expense. I didn't like criminal defense because I got tired of A, guilty people wanting my help to avoid accountability, and B, dealing with those prosecutors and judges who at best don't value innocence much and at worst fraudulently disregard it. So what makes family law any different? While divorce and child custody disputes are also often matters of throwing good money after bad, you at least possess something you haven't yet lost, and that you may, if you can persuade the court that your cause is just, still hold on to after all the litigation dust settles. Fighting for your children, your home and your livelihood, and your hard-earned savings, for example, are some of the last things people should give up on. This is one of the reasons why I became a family lawyer. It's a good fight. What issues in divorce and family law that do not drown in a vast sea of lies are difficult, at times impossible, to detect in and among the fraudulent froth, which breeds cynicism and apathy in most judges. Knowing this, judges' credulity fatigue leads to perfunctory, quote, "I don't need to hear anymore," close quote, and, quote, "your guess is as good as mine," close quote, style decisions. Knowing this, lawyers and litigants too often either deliberately take an ends justify the means approach or a, quote, "who knows what'll work, let's see what sticks to the wall," close quote, approach. Litigants abuse lawyers who abuse judges who abuse litigants in a vicious cycle. Nothing destroys one's faith in the legal system more or faster than experience with the legal system itself. The practice of family law is soul-sucking. While our legal system is fairly well designed, it is, in general, poorly administered at every level, from the judges on down to the lawyers and the litigants. While there are some good people working within the system, there are not enough of them to make a meaningful difference in most cases, to say nothing of all cases. This is the other reason I practice family law. It's the only practice niche where, because I know through hard-won experience, the quicksand snakes and the tigers are, and how to avoid them, if not always defeat them. And so I can still do some good some of the time, more often than in any other practice niche. And thus I can earn the money I charge for my services.